With me now is Corrine Pohlmann, Executive Vice President of Advocacy with the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses. Corrine, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What kind of an impact are we looking at for small businesses with this change?
We believe it could be quite significant. We know that about a third of our members, which is probably very similar to the small business population overall, are using the $800 de minimis to send products to their customers in the United States. So we've been receiving many phone calls over the course of the last couple of weeks of businesses very worried about what their options might be and how they might be able to address this. So yes, it's used more often than people think, and it's an important source of income for a lot of small companies who now have to rethink about how they're going to deal with their U.S. customers.
Now, there has been talk about making things CUSMA compliant. Is that something that can be easily done for a small business?
It's not easy. So it's an important thing to note that, yes, if your product is manufactured or produced in Canada, the US, or Mexico, it is considered CUSMA compliant, and therefore it should have no duties to your customers going into the United States. But to become CUSMA compliant certified is not a simple process. There are quite a few things you have to consider. Some are going to be very obvious, but you're going to have to get certified for every product that you send into the United States, and the paperwork can be quite lengthy and complicated, so it won't be super easy, but certainly I think there are resources out there that can help.
And what about alternative markets? Is there anywhere else they can look to maybe replace this if they aren't going to try and go to the U.S.?
Certainly, and I think many have already tried to do that. Looking at Canadian customers, of course, but also overseas is another good option for many small companies. But the problem going overseas, of course, is shipping costs become that much more expensive, again, adding cost to the overall product. So it can be a difficult choice to make. But some of these businesses, 50–60% of their customers come from the United States. So it's not an easy transition to make and something that will have to, take some time to do. However, many are choosing to go ahead with it, trying to find compliance or thinking about ways that they can work with their customers to sort of soften the blow of the extra costs coming their way.
And do you have any hope that this may get challenged in court and overturned?
Well, of course, there's always hope. And, we never know what's going to happen when it comes down to this U.S. administration in the United States. Things can change within a week, within a day, within a few months. We just don't know if this is here to stay or if it's something that's just a blip in time. But in the meantime, we have to deal with it, and that's the best that we can do. So we would encourage those small businesses to think about giving us a call or talking to a customs broker that could potentially help them through what their best options might be.
Okay, Corrine, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Corrine Pohlmann is the Executive Vice President of Advocacy with the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses.